Alrighty, guys, welcome back. It's your boy EQ, and up next we have Drake fans going off on Drake for his past performance in Argentina. He also allegedly canceled his performance in Brazil because they supposedly don't know how to sing his songs properly. And Drake, that is a terrible look. And I feel like one of the big reasons that all this stuff is resurfacing is because of the way the cult of the opioids have been egregiously trying to spin erroneous narratives about Kendrick Lamar and his tour, honestly, throughout the whole tour. But people have great memories, especially when they feel they've been swindled. And if you guys don't know the details about that show, Drake was booked to headline Lollapalooza in Argentina. And a lot of those fans were heavily disappointed after Drake showed up late to not only perform snippets of his songs, like 30-second snippets of his songs, but also cut the performance short by 30 minutes, guys. He also refused to have his set streamed by the streaming rights holder, Flow. And honestly, who knows, guys? Maybe he didn't want anybody to have the ability to review this performance. But fam, everyone in that venue has got a smartphone. The footage is going to be out there regardless. And also first-hand accounts of the concert goers are going to be everywhere. And at the end of the day, you agree to those terms when you sign the contract. I've been signed for going on 5 years now as a music producer, and I'll say this. If you do your due diligence, then you know exactly what's in that contract. Now, are you willing to give up something for that bag, like ownership or the plethora of other things that would go into a contract? Is honestly up to your discretion, but you signed this at the end of the day. So it's hard to get sympathy when you got a high-profile team of lawyers that should be looking over this stuff. And Drake, you got to stop crying about these contracts when you love receiving the benefits, like that big pile of money. This is the music business, and they want their return on their investment as well. And at the end of the day, who suffers most is the fans. But you got to be really careful when it comes to messing with promoters, because the promotion world is really, really small. When you're on top of the world and everything you're doing is a success, they're going to begrudgingly look the other way. But as soon as that stock falls, don't be surprised if those bookings stop coming. So enough dilly-dallying. Let's jump right into these clips where we have Drake fans going off on Drake for his past performance in Argentina. He also allegedly canceled his performance in Brazil because they supposedly don't know how to sing his songs properly, which is nuts. And while there may be a small percentage of people that actually speak the language English fluently, they obviously didn't have any problems reciting the lyrics when Kendrick Lamar was out there. And honestly, a 2-hour Kendrick Lamar show, and you're definitely getting your cardio in while you go to one of these Kendrick shows. But all jokes aside, guys, this is extremely unprofessional. And before we actually jump into some of these clips and some of the other first-hand accounts from the show, let's actually look at these reviews. Obviously, the Drizzies were even disappointed with his last festival appearance. All right. And I did go over this a little bit in a previous video, but I definitely wanted new reviewers to have some more context as well. Alrighty, so they go on to write Drake's show in Argentina was shit. First, the visuals were almost non-existent, and when you're alone on a stage that big, I think you should have something at least. On a few songs, he had some looping videos or images in the background, but it was mostly just himself on a red screen. And when you have these venues that are that massive, those videos and visuals are going to be the thing to make sure that everyone in the back gets an amazing show as well. At the very least, at least have yourself up on that big screen. It did not feel genuine at all when he interacted with the crowd. And honestly, this does sound like Drake was being an elitist, especially with what we heard about that Brazil show, where he was complaining by saying they don't sing his songs correctly. And it was worse coming from seeing Suki Waterhouse, Tovlo, and Rosalia sets, which were much better on that front. He did not play full songs. It was just the most popular snippet and on to the next one. And while that's okay for something like a halftime show, probably not the best choice when you have a 90-minute set. This would not be as bad if he didn't leave 30 minutes before the set end time, and he started like 10 minutes late too. If you have such a short list of songs, why the fuck do you not play them fully to fill the set time? He closed with 30 seconds of Legend when he had all the time in the world to play it full. And when I got home, all I saw all over Twitter that he had a contract saying that his show would be streamed. But last minute refused to perform if it was streamed, so people who watched the stream were disappointed and angry. Overall terrible. At least Tovlo and Rosalia made up for it. And it's definitely really sad when you're out that type of money. And like I said earlier, the ones who lose the most are the fans. I feel bad for the fans because these are obviously Drake fans that were disappointed. Because at the end of the day, those tickets were already sold and Drake is leaving with the money anyway. Jump into the next review. Just got out of Argentina's Lollapalooza Drake show. It fucking sucked. This motherfucker decided the show wouldn't be streamed, stopped playing 45 minutes before it was scheduled, and sang half-assed 15-second bits of his songs, which is even worse because I was assuming he did 30 seconds, guys. This shit sucked. I regret paying tickets for something this mediocre. I don't know if he doesn't care about his international fans or what, but I'm fucking disgusted. And honestly, the way he was speaking about his Brazilian fans, allegedly, because those are all allegations up until this point, it definitely looks really bad on him. And again, shows how unprofessional he's been. If you're going to sign these contracts, whether it's deals or just these big shows, because these are big shows, you're going to have to be ready to fulfill your contractual obligations. Because again, the promotion world is small. Also, Flow, the streaming service that has Lollapalooza's rights, stated that it was Drake's personal decision to not stream the concert. Now I'm realizing he did it to not have record of how fucking shitty the show was. And if I'm not mistaken, Drake even blurred the other acts on the flyer, which is crazy. It said that he threatened to cancel the show if it was streamed, in another very bratty, really entitled move, even though having the show streamed was literally part of the contract. Really disappointing. And he do the same thing in Brazil a couple years ago. So this guy has a history of doing this stuff. All right, here we have another review. The picture is a statement that Flow, the cable company that streams Lollapalooza every year, issued last night. Drake decided just a few minutes before going on stage to not allow the live streaming of his show. So he basically held him hostage, guys. Despite his previous legal compromise, we regret the artist's decision. So according to most attendees, Drake arrived 15 to 20 minutes late and sang songs without finishing them or not even getting to the chorus. And guys, the chorus is the most important part, especially of these hit records. You might as well have only performed the hook a few times. Basically a few lines of every song, then 30 minutes before the show was supposed to end, he checks his phone and leaves. Again, I said this before, if there was some type of emergency, I totally understand it. If there was a health issue, I totally understand it. But if it wasn't any of those things, I don't understand him leaving 30 minutes before a set after he's already been performing like 40 to 45 minutes. So he left everyone confused, thinking maybe it was a joke and he'll come back, but no. He ended his concert there. Fans also said he asked the crowd to do a mosh pit, but no one cared, and he awkwardly said, "All right, that's good." And Drake, you can't be surprised when you get the energy that you've been putting out. And honestly, that's something you've been guilty of a lot as of late. And Drake, don't patronize the fans. People are mad because there were a lot of people waiting for him since this was his first time in the country, but he clearly butchered it. I don't follow Drake regularly, besides the drama around him involving minors. But is this common in his concerts? What do you think? And like I said before, by the looks of it, it definitely seems to be a pattern. Let's actually jump into some other first-hand accounts. To me, it seems overrated that thief Drake, who gave a 15-minute show in Argentina and went back to Yankee Land loaded with cash. So Drake, if you're good enough to collect the money, then be good enough to actually fulfill your obligations. It was a half hour more, and this might be the only time your Argentinian fans get to catch you live up on stage. After all this, plus the concert that Kendrick Lamar has provided them with, who knows how a potential performance pans out now. Drake put on a terrible show in Argentina. He's ridiculous. Oh, this is actually a clip from their show right here, guys. Let's actually take a look at it. That crowd is completely silent, guys. Even he looks baffled. I'm pretty sure I know why he left his set early. They were not giving him any type of energy. But at the end of the day, that's on the performer. Yeah, man. This is obviously in very stark contrast to Kendrick Lamar's GNX show down there. Drake reportedly canceled his show in Lollapalooza, Brazil, because his fee was less than he is usually paid in the US, Europe, or Arab countries. And doesn't this guy understand how economies work? Because yeah, you're obviously going to get paid due to how the economy in that respective country is doing, if you're going to want to perform there at all. At the end of the day, you're still going to be moving major units, but you should also value the experience you're giving to your hardcore fans. Drake was also discouraged to perform because he thinks Brazilians do not know how to sing his songs correctly. And what a buffoonish idea. Because like I've said before, guys, that GNX show in Sao Paulo was just as loud and was just as turned as any other show that Kendrick Lamar has pulled off up until this point. I'll say this, it was more lit than the US shows, and I obviously had an incredible time at that LA show. But somebody pointed it out. Whether it's Europe or Latin America, they have this like football energy, this soccer energy that is pretty much unrivaled, guys. Actually look at some of these comments because people definitely had stuff to say about this. As a Latina, I'll tell you, we are so sick of Americans thinking they are superior in our countries. Like I said earlier, it feels like Drake is being an elitist. Don't come back to Latin America anymore, and he better stay in the only place where people listen to his lousy music, USA. The audacity of calling Brazil crowd lack of spirit. And that's the biggest thing. They are extremely turned. And speaking firsthand, because I know a ton of Brazilians, they have such a major passion for music. A greedy xenophobe, and I definitely agree there. He took his money and just bounced. Hush, Drake is discovering that outside North America and Europe, he is nobody. And guys, this was a full year before the beef. Disrespectful as fuck. Remember when he brought frozen food because he didn't want to eat Brazilian food? Yes, we do. And Brazil has great cuisine. This is crazy. He found out that no one cares about him outside the US. I guess Brazil wins. Maybe because Brazilians would sing his songs if he released something good. So it feels like a lot of people have had that sentiment that Drake just hasn't been releasing anything extraordinary for a very long time. A lot of mid, honestly. Latin American doesn't care about Drake. That's the truth. Ha ha ha. And I won't say that because obviously people showed up, but the level of disrespect he has for his fans is off the charts. At the end of the day, those are the people that made you, because a label could put all the money they have into you, but at the end of the day, if the public isn't relating to you, if they're not gravitating to you, if they don't like your music, that money is basically flushed down the toilet. Meanwhile, they had no problem singing all of Billy's songs, though. Let's hear it. Exactly, guys. These Latin crowds have been some of the most lit that we've seen on tour, including that Argentina show. You guys really showed out. He is a bad artist. South America doesn't deserve to get disrespectful comments from someone too low in quality. In Chile and Argentina, he performed shorter shows than expected, less than an hour. And what a disservice to the fans. In Argentina, he didn't allow his show on stream, despite his contract, and in Brazil. Again, he's already proven to be unprofessional, so this is pretty much on brand. Well, if his songs were good, I'm pretty sure people would know how to sing them. Hilarious, man. Brazilians are so real. Drake is the Nickelback of rap. Brazil has taste. Can we cancel him, please? Because this is so xenophobic, and definitely really xenophobic. And because of this, like I said earlier, who knows how that show in Argentina or any of these cities and countries plays out now with all this. I'm Chilean, but Brazilians are the most dedicated fan base in the world. And guys, I got a bunch of Brazilian homies in Brazil, and honestly, I see them at every show. I see them at every festival, and they are so lit. They're so amped up and always exhibit great energy. So yeah, man, what Drake feels, allegedly, is totally wrong and off base, and honestly really disrespectful. Any artist that goes to Brazil will call it their best show. Drake is an ungrateful little man-child that needs to retire. No one cares for him anymore. You're over, Drake. And this person definitely was prophetic, guys. Again, this is before the beef. Drake is a local star. He nobody outside North America and a few European countries. And yeah, guys, you know I'm always going to be objective. Drake does numbers. He does massive numbers. 15,000 people in a venue is obviously nothing to sneeze at. But when his fans are going on to say that Kendrick Lamar is catching L after L, this is honestly what's going to happen. All this stuff is going to resurface. Really? Us Brazilians only sing to real talented rappers who love us and deserve our attention. They obviously have no problem singing the songs properly, huh? It's given artists, I don't know. Even this Brazilian's first language isn't even English. They're usually brilliant at singing along to an artist's songs. So maybe they just don't like you, or maybe you're just not like us. At the end of the day, guys, we all saw Kendrick's show in Brazil, and everyone was rapping bar after bar, singing along to every line. When you like and support the right artist, a true artist, this is what it looks like. This is Young Blood in Brazil. This is right before Lollapalooza. Yeah, fam, the energy is incredible, man. I get goosebumps just from hearing crowds like this. Indeed, no one is interested in this guy. Rihanna was always right, and there's a reason why she blocked this dude and hasn't interacted with him, at least publicly. Chile and Argentina didn't get a good show from him either. It's time to cancel him. You would think that a person with that much acting experience, that would actually translate onto the stage. Obviously, it hasn't. Brazil is one of the loudest countries when it comes to concert. Honestly, my Brazilian homies are probably one of the loudest people as well. I see it as a great thing. Who cares about singing songs correctly? It's the vibe that counts for me. At the end of the day, music is a universal language, guys. You can literally feel what a song is conveying just with the production and the melodies and stuff like that. Yeah, lyrics are the icing on the cake, but melody is the most powerful thing in music. All right, this is from an Argentinian fan, so this is recent. Drake is persona non grata in Argentina after that Lolla 2023 fiasco. If I were you, I'd keep quiet. Again, the only reason people are coming out and resurfacing with stuff like this is because of the drizzy glizzy gobblers, because of their baseless and honestly erroneous narratives. Thinking when Drake came to Lolla, he didn't want the show to be on broadcast by Flow like all the other artists. He sang a few songs and left. And this next clip is actually Kendrick showing Drake how it's done. It seems like they're singing it pretty perfectly to me, huh? Obviously, if that alleged Drake statement is real, he was completely wrong, guys. Oh, look at this. Drake getting escorted by the special forces in Argentina for Lollapalooza. Or was this after, when he pulled a highway robbery? And this is more than likely before the show. Obviously, it's during the daytime, but it would be hilarious if he's just hightailing it out of there after collecting the bag for giving a half-ass performance. But again, guys, all these things are resurfacing because of the way the Drake fans have handled everything. And probably the least graceful of manners, guys. You can be a fan of whoever you want. You can have a favorite team. But at the end of the day, if they catch a L, just admit they caught the L and just move on. If you truly are a fan, nothing is going to change. But you throwing around these baseless narratives, it's just going to make you guys look even more delusional and that much more crazy. And as each day goes by, honestly, it astounds me to the level of delusion that the cult of the Ovihoites can take things to. But definitely let me know what you guys think about all this. Do you guys think Drake has been a terrible performer for this long? Or do you guys think he's just unprofessional? Definitely let me know in the comments what you guys think. And also compare this to Kendrick's show. Because according to Drake, people in Brazil weren't properly able to sing his songs correctly. And from all the other shows I've been seeing that have been looking fantastic with amazing crowds, honestly, that was completely wrong. So definitely let me know what you guys think. Definitely hit the like and subscribe button, guys. It does the channel wonders. I really want to thank you guys so much for continuing to make this channel a part of your day. It honestly means the world to me, and all the love and support that you guys continue to show this channel on a daily is honestly overwhelming and probably the biggest reason why I make these videos. So I really want to let you guys know how grateful I am for all of it. I definitely want to send out a very big shout out to all those that have been joining YouTube memberships. Small way to support the channel, but definitely goes a very long way. And I just looked, guys, and we had some more people join up. So definitely shout out to you guys. I also want to send a very big super thank you to all those that have been sending super thanks, because again, it helps the channel out tremendously. And honestly, you guys have been amazing with the super thanks. So I definitely want to let you guys know how grateful I am for all of it, guys. I want to personally shout out Judith for an amazing super chat, and personally let you know how grateful I am for your support. And I want to send out another amazing shout out to the very amazing Renee for another incredible super thank. I really want to let you guys know how appreciative I am for all your support. I'm definitely looking for your takes on this. Hope you guys love this video, and I hope to see you guys soon. And it seems like this guy has been building up a very bad reputation when it comes to performing as well. Insane.